Hello, coin lovers! Have you ever held a tiny coin that could change your life forever? Today, we're diving into the legendary 1940 UK threepence coin, a small piece of brass with a history so powerful it could make you rich overnight. These rare wartime coins, born during Britain's darkest days, now shine brighter than gold. Some are worth thousands, even millions in today's market. So before you spend that old coin in your drawer, watch this video till the end, because you might be holding a hidden fortune in your hands. Let's uncover the secrets of the rare 1943 pence coin and see why collectors are going crazy for it. What makes the 1943 pence coin so special is not just its age, but the story it carries. At a time when Britain was deep in conflict, every coin struck represented a nation's determination to carry on. The coin features the portrait of King George VI on the obverse, facing left, with a Latin inscription Georgievs vi DGBR Om, Rex FD Ind, IMP, meaning George VI. By the grace of God, King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India. The reverse design, created by the talented artist Francis Madge Kitchener, shows a thrift plant, a hardy flower, symbolizing hope, renewal, and endurance sprouting within a double-lined border, with the words threepence and the date 1940 beneath. This design perfectly captured the British spirit during wartime austerity. The true rarity of certain 1943 pence coins lies in their subtle variations. Some of the most valuable versions are believed to be early pattern coins, struck in limited numbers before the Royal Mint finalized the brass alloy composition. These test strikes, sometimes showing differences in color, tone, metal texture, or even small design inconsistencies, are immensely valuable today. There are also rare error coins from this year, coins that might have misaligned edges, doubled lettering, or die cracks, which collectors actively seek. A perfectly preserved 1940 brass threepence in mint condition, especially one with these rare features, can be worth hundreds or even thousands of pounds to the right. Another fascinating factor contributing to the coin's value is its connection to the transition between the old and new threepence series. Before 1937, the threepence coins were made of silver and much smaller in size. The introduction of the 12-sided brass version was revolutionary. Many people disliked the change at first, but its practicality, it was easier to grip and distinguish from other coins, soon made it popular. However, early examples like the 1940 issue were minted in relatively limited numbers compared to later post-war years. This scarcity, combined with historical nostalgia, drives modern collectors to pay astonishing prices for pristine examples. Condition plays a major role in determining the worth of any coin, and the 1943 pence is no exception. Coins that have retained their original golden sheen, with crisp details on the king's portrait and the thrift plant, are highly sought after. Uncirculated or proof-quality coins can command sky-high prices in numismatic auctions, especially when authenticated by grading services such as PCGS or NGC, even circulated examples, if they exhibit clear definition and minimal wear, can attract collectors eager to complete their wartime coin sets. In some extraordinary cases, auction prices for exceptional 1940 specimens have surged to many thousands of pounds, especially when provenance or documented rarity is involved. Beyond their monetary value, these coins hold deep sentimental and historical worth. Each one is a silent witness to Britain's wartime struggles and triumphs, coins that passed through the hands of soldiers, factory workers, and families enduring the Blitz. Holding a 1943 pence is like holding a small piece of history that survived one of humanity's darkest chapters. The nostalgia tied to this coin, its wartime symbolism, and its beautiful design have turned it into more than just currency. It's a treasured artifact of endurance, faith, and national pride. For modern-day collectors and treasure hunters, discovering a rare 1943 pence coin can be an electrifying moment. Many such coins are still hidden in old boxes, drawers, and forgotten collections. People often overlook them, unaware of their potential value. Those who find one and recognize its worth could be sitting on a small fortune without realizing it. It's these hidden treasures, coins thought to be ordinary, that can suddenly sell for hundreds or even thousands at numismatic fairs or online auctions. The excitement of uncovering one adds to the coin's mystique, making it one of the most talked about wartime coins among collectors. So, if you come across a 1940 UK 3-pence coin, think twice before dismissing it as pocket change. Examine its details, its condition, and its color. Look closely for any unusual marks or minting variations. What may appear to be an ordinary coin could, in fact, be a collector's dream and your ticket to unexpected fortune. These small but mighty coins are living proof that history, beauty, and value can come together in the palm of your hand, and for those who understand their story, they're worth far more than their weight in gold. Now turn the second coin, 3-pence, 1942. Hidden within the pockets of history lies one of Britain's most fascinating treasures, the rare 1942 UK 3-pence coin. This small yet mighty piece of brass carries more than just the face of a bygone era. It holds the weight of wartime Britain, the craftsmanship of royal minting, and the hidden potential to transform an ordinary coin collector into a millionaire. Many people overlook this tiny 12-sided coin, not realizing that its value today can far exceed imagination depending on its type, condition, and minting errors. The 1942 3-pence coin, issued during the reign of King George VI, tells a story of scarcity, wartime economics, and royal legacy, a perfect recipe for rarity and desirability among collectors. During World War II, resources were stretched thin across the United Kingdom, and metal shortages forced the Royal Mint to make crucial changes. The 1942 3-pence was made of brass, copper, zinc, and tin alloy, rather than the traditional silver used before. 1937, this wartime alloy not only made the coins more durable, but also gave them a golden hue that stood out from earlier issues. However, this same material difference later made the coins susceptible to corrosion and wear, meaning that well-preserved examples are now extremely rare. Collectors crave those coins that still shine with their original wartime luster, and even a faint mint state example can sell for thousands of pounds. The design of the 1942 3-pence is iconic and deeply British. On the obverse, we see the left-facing portrait of King George VI engraved with timeless precision, symbolizing resilience during one of the darkest periods in British history. On the reverse lies the crowned thrift plant, a hardy flower that represents survival and prosperity even in adversity. The symbolic combination of royalty and resilience gives this coin an emotional connection to Britain's wartime spirit, and it's precisely this emotional weight that fuels collectors' obsession. Every time you hold a 1942 3-pence in your hand, you're holding a tangible reminder of courage and endurance. But not every 1942 3-pence is worth the same. What sets some apart are minting anomalies and errors, subtle mistakes during production that today turn these coins into treasures. A misaligned die, a double strike, or even an off-center imprint can raise a coin's value. Some examples with visible minting errors have been auctioned for over £10,000, especially if they remain in near-encirculated condition. Additionally, coins struck at different mints, particularly those with unique variations in lettering or spacing, are even more prized. The thrill of spotting a unique 1942 coin in a collection or an old jar is what drives many coin hunters to keep searching, because one small imperfection could mean unimaginable fortune. Another aspect that drives the allure of the 1942 3-pence is its scarcity in pristine condition. During the war years, coins were heavily circulated and used daily for essentials. Most of these coins show heavy signs of wear, corrosion, or discoloration. However, a handful of coins were stored away by soldiers or families as keepsakes, surviving untouched for decades. When such untouched examples resurface, collectors race to acquire them. A certified, uncirculated 1942 brass 3-pence has been known to reach staggering prices in the private market, as it represents not only history, but also perfection preserved through time. The historical context of this coin makes it even more appealing. In 1942, the United Kingdom stood firm in the heart of war. Rationing, bombings, and economic strain defined daily life. Yet, through it all, the Royal Mint continued to produce these coins, ensuring that commerce and national morale stayed alive. Holding one today feels like holding a piece of wartime Britain itself, as though the coin still carries echoes of that resilience. For historians and collectors alike, this emotional connection amplifies its worth beyond monetary value. It's a symbol of endurance and pride. As years passed, the 1942 threepence faded from circulation, replaced by newer decimal coins. But for collectors, its legacy only grew stronger. Auction houses across the UK and beyond have seen bidding wars erupt over the rarest specimens. Coin experts frequently remind enthusiasts that values depend on several factors: strike quality, luster, minting errors, and historical authenticity. A common circulated 1942 threepence might fetch a few pounds, but one with the right blend of rarity, error, and preservation can soar into the thousands, even millions, depending on the collector's passion and the story attached. So, before you dismiss that old threepence rattling at the bottom of your drawer, take a closer look. That tiny 12-sided coin could be your golden ticket to fortune. It's more than just metal. It's history, legacy, and luck fused into one. Some people have discovered rare variants worth life-changing sums, all from coins once thought ordinary. The moral of this story is simple yet powerful. Treasure the past, because sometimes the smallest piece of history can change your future forever. The 1942 UK threepence isn't just currency, it's a time capsule, a symbol of endurance, and perhaps the key to your next great discovery.